we live?
We should be live. I clicked the button. Now it's time to see if anything's occurring. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new thing that Kevin's been bugging me for about a year to try and do.
Yeah,
I
this
believe you
is
wanted to do this last year, actually.
yeah, this is essentially DBCember, a top 24 or later top 12 of varying moments throughout the Dragon Ball franchise by TeamFourStar, whom we've had an interesting history on our opinions of their content.
There was
They
there was actually there was a conversation between, I think it was me, Kaiser, Neko, and One Kids talking about the Harry Potter films. And we sort of came to the conclusion that their downfall started with the third film, and One
that
Kid's actually, he corrected me on something, and he said that yeah, the third film was where you first started seeing a lot of the heavy deviations from the books in ways that didn't make any sense, and then that made sense to me, and then later on I had a conversation with Lanny Pator and Little Karibo, that about the Harry Potter films that went much more poorly because I can't remember if it was Lanny and LK, or if it was LK and somebody else. But yeah, and they legitimately said that I sounded like quote unquote cinema sins when I was talking about on how the stuff
aren't
that
so-
One
aren't a
Kids.
few, aren't a few of them sub to CinemaSins?
I think a couple of them have guessed it on Cinema Sins actually.
Yeah, I no no
Because I
no
know they
actually
did
no no
some
no
stuff with
actually
Honest Trailers, right?
yeah no I think Nick and Lauren and Simpson and did stuff with honest trailers. I don't think they ever guest starred on CinemaSins. I know Curtis is
Huh.
sub to CinemaSins,
Okay. Well,
and because I
what
see him in the
the
list of subs,
yeah, the thing was the conversation I had with LK and one of the other TeamFourStar affiliated people was
which was Nick.
yeah, I think it was Nick. I can't remember. I don't want to say it was Nick because it's been such a very long time. But yeah, they said that I sounded like CinemaSins when all I was doing was like quoting back stuff that One Kids and Scott and I had come up with when we were like talking about the Harry Potter films. Almost like 2 or 3 months before that, I think. That
And I
that
think
was a
this was
weird conversation, and
and I
because
think this was back before Scott became a tool.
mhm, because I
And the
think that
thing
was what
is
wound up
like
with LK blocking me. Eh, Actually,
uh
is
Mark Scott still has me blocked on Twitter.
yeah, Scott has me. Nope, nope. Little Karibo does not have me blocked.
And the thing is like we really like the content creators. It's just it's kind of a shame that they fell down so hard after the end of Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Like it
I
felt like
still
that
don't
was
believe
the
that DBZA is over. I have mistaken in when they would bring it back, but I'm betting it's gonna be, like a New Year's Day thing, you know?
who knows at this point. And besides, considering the fact that they keep on making more commentaries of the series, is which is odd considering it's just Nick and Scott. It was entertaining when Nick and Scott had like Curtis and Ben Creighton and on for like the previous commentary series they did for our Dragon Ball Z Bridged, and that was genuinely funny. This what they're doing right now is cringe.
They're going on a fucking apology tour for some of the best comedy on YouTube. Yeah, guys,
Uh,
grow the
yeah,
fuck up. And I know you're gonna say that yes, we did grow the fuck up. That's why we're talking about it like this. No, you didn't. As C.S. Lewis
no.
once said, the older I got, the more I put away my childish things, including the fear of being seen as childish.
Right. Anyway, I'm the only one of the two of us who has seen this, as well as who would be our third guest if he were to show up, but
Eh,
alas, he isn't here. Oh well.
well,
Anyway, this is kind of Anyway, so I've talked enough. Let's get on with it. He's cosplaying as Loki.
Yeah, I was gonna say, welcome back to the popsicle stick animation they did back in the day.
Yep, that was what they did.
That joke isn't funny.
Okay, for their first pick, Boo's human extinction attack.
Okay.
Let me just say, when I saw this on TV back when it was airing, I was just like, what the hell? Like, this was certainly an interesting one. Like, you did not expect the villain to just outright kill everybody. Like, maybe kill like 100 or something people in this show, but not every single person. Like, sure, he missed Ten Shinnon and Mr. Satan, but everybody below the lookout was fucking dead.
Yeah, that was probably the thing that made me realize that Dragon Ball kind of just needed to wrap up after Z, because once you've killed everybody, where do you go from there? Do you kill everybody plus a few more, which is what they wound up
and on top of that, the
Falconer's
score was amazing for this scene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And like, sure, maybe I'd put it a bit higher, but I understand them putting it this low.
Yeah, like, honestly, like, it's one of those things where you've amped it up a lot, but it's also a very spectacular thing, and once you've amped things up that much, you're just kind of like, you know?
Yeah, that's just, you can't really go much further. I mean, sure, he killed off the rest of the people on the lookout, and then later destroyed the damn Earth. But still, it's like no villain aside from Boo has ever been able to do that. I mean, sure, Frieza ended up doing that in Resurrection F, but that's a different story.
And then there was the Goku Black arc where rocks fall, everybody dies.
Oh, we'll get to that when we get to this, to the last one of these. Anyway. And yes, Scott is more fond of the Kikuchi score as opposed to the Faulkner score.
Yes, the literal custom stock music score, yeah. I've had conversations with him about this, and while he's admitted that his hatred for the Falconer score is rooted in some form of immature fanboyism, he still hasn't admitted the fact that the Kikuchi score is, like, objectively just a mess. As much, if not more of a mess than he said the Falconer score was. And it's got nothing to do with production values. Oh, I love this one. This is nice.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, I thought this one was great too.
It's also like, oh yeah, by the way, back to the last one. And yeah, they kind of came to the same conclusion we did.
Yep. I really liked how wholesome the interactions were between Mr. Satan and Boo. It's like, even though Mr. Satan was kind of like a sleazebag during the Cell games, he certainly redeemed himself in this arc by befriending who would arguably be considered the greatest threat the Earth has ever faced.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
and then they go on to be incredibly good friends in the next few arcs, although that won't happen for another few years.
Yeah. Still, oh, very wholesome, and I love the puppy. It's sad how how emotionally attached Boo ended up getting to both Mr. Satan and B.
And then Mr. Boo went, well, full John Wick.
Not really, but he ended up expelling the evil within himself. It's weird what the Supreme Kais will end up doing doing to him when he absorbed them.
What did I do?
What did you do,
I was trying to adjust the video quality. Yeah, I was trying to adjust the video quality, and it did something strange.
All right, let's get to it.
Yeah, I feel like this made Mr. Satan actually kind of human. Made him less of a fan-hateable character.
Yeah. Just going to say this now. Those bastards who did that, they deserved everything. And they got coming to them.
You ruthless, heartless bastards!
We'll get to that moment later.
Yeah.
Anyway, Birth of Vegito. I have to say,
this could be a little bit higher, I think.
Yeah, I'm just like, that fusion looked very awkward.
Yeah.
And now their dicks have touched, and now they have become one. They have become Josuke from part 8 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
But as long as the balls don't touch, it's not gay.
Thankfully, they still have a singular penis and only two sets of testicles.
Yes, they have 2 balls down under, and then one attached to each ear.
Yeah. Anyway, it's like, this was, but getting into seriousness, this was an interesting bit where Goku appealed to the humanity within Vegeta. And Vegeta opting to do this just because as he realized his family was dead at the thing that he sacrificed himself for. It's like he had nothing left to lose, and he was like, why not? At this point. It was great. What did you think?
Yeah, it was pretty good. There were a few arguments that Vegeta maybe should have been like absorbed by the Buddhist underworld thing to have his soul recycled by now. Oh, but I feel like there's some weird shit going on behind the scenes, so
Yama literally rigged things so that Vegeta would be able to get back into the fray. Like, Yama's like, how would you like an opportunity to fight Boo again? Vegeta's like, where do I sign up? Anyway. Sorry. Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, wow, I actually came up with those names before they did.
Yep.
Ooh, perfect cell.
He is for priceless, the look upon your faces.
This is too low. This is too low on the list, guys.
I agree completely. I agree 110% on that sentiment.
He is for priceless, the look upon your faces. He is for extinction.
All your beauty races. All for revolution, which will be televised. F is for how fucked you are. Now allow me to reprise. E is for eccentric.
Just
listen
listen
to my song. C is for completion that I've
Which
waited
I've
for
waited for
so
so
long.
long.
B is for the terror. Upon you I'll bestow. My name is Perfect Cell, and I'd like to say
hello.
hello. It's
So
weird how
yeah, Perfect
both
Cell,
are.
too low on the
Yeah,
list.
yeah, too low on the
Like
list.
everything that led up to it, like Cell stroking Vegeta's ego, the bond between the androids, the fact that Krillin and like didn't have the heart in him to destroy 18, all of the little bits that lead up to it are just amazing, incredibly well written and incredibly well characterized. And then the moment itself happens, and holy shit, why is it so low on the list, guys?
Why indeed? Anyway.
Excuse me. Goku defeats
E.
Piccolo Jr. But what? Okay, but why is this? Why?
So finally,
This?
we're finally in the
It's
last moment of
cool.
OG Dragon Ball.
It's cool, but why is it above the stuff from the Boo and the Cell Saga?
I think it's because of. I think there are. I think don't forget, Alex Scott is a huge fan of OG Dragon Ball. I mean, it's
Okay,
a good thing
if you
Piccolo is
needed
such a.
if you needed
It's.
content, why didn't you just go back and abridge OG Dragon Ball? Oh, to give yourself a break from Z.
I
Fuck.
mean, they did abridge a brief bit for Totally Not Mark Ark's
Yeah, I
review
saw
of OG
that. That
Dragon
was
Ball,
great.
and it's like, and honestly, my favorite bit in this particular moment is like when Goku's like, "Good thing you aim as bad as you fight. Missed all my vital organs. All of them?
All of them?
Yeah, all of them." It's weird how there are times where I could actually do Shemel's Goku voice. Anyway,
But, you know, this is really cool. This is neat. This is not. No, no, we don't.
oh, somehow.
Yeah, I was gonna say the head on chest thing was a nice reference. Cell's introduction. Again, why is this so low?
Ah. Uh, I swear.
Yeah. This is like the whole like horror movie level whole introduction to Cell was great. But again, why is it so low? And
I
it
feel
happens
like,
right after Piccolo merged with Kami too.
yeah, it's like Piccolo thinks the androids are the greatest threat, but then Kami's like, no, there's something worse.
No,
And then
there is another.
Cell just comes in with it, dragging around a guy with his arm. He's like, hello.
Want to see me drink this guy?
Yeah, this was really neat. Anyway,
See how they couldn't even resist putting the Falconer score in for this.
yep.
There was an actual umbrella for that shot.
Anyway, moving on to the next one.
We actually... Oh, there we go.
Sorry about that.
I thought we were going to autoplay.
Goku versus Muten Roshi.
This was a nice one.
Scott, stop singing.
Hey, he's a better singer than Sean Schemmel.
That's fair. No, wait, that's Lanny.
Okay, they're both better than
Yeah,
Sean.
Nick actually has a...
The explosion of Namek, yeah, that was fucking great. I'd agree with
Yeah,
with the placing on the list if it wasn't for the fact that there was a bunch of other stuff that was put above it that should have been below it.
It was like when this was going on, it's like, oh god, Goku might have actually not survived this one. Like the way it's conveyed, it's like it seemed like there was no way for Goku to actually survive the destruction of Namek, but then they found a way.
Yeah, that was mostly in the anime. The manga was a bit less obscure.
I see. And the thing is like, then the abridgment comes out with Goku mashing the muffin button.
That was delightfully absurd.
And King Kai's just like, oh my god. Anyway.
And absurdly delightful. Yeah. Yeah, fuck the filler. Goku's first day, yeah.
First time Goku dies. Oh no!
Pick up Dragon Ball Z. Pick up the Dragon Ball Z manga and get to this point when it is like, holy shit!
Yeah. I didn't really watch the like the older stuff when they had the whole into a different dimension bullshit.
No,
I watched Dragon Ball Z Uncut, and I saw him get straight up impaled as a kid. Like I stayed up for this. This is what I stayed up all night for. For stuff like this. It was amazing to see. Like the Makanko Sapo just going right through Raditz and Goku. Oh, and then it's just like, wow, I did not imagine it began like this. Anyway, hey, how did you feel when you got to this moment in both the manga and the anime?
Oh, that was like it's hard to describe how it feels because like you're reading, and then all of a sudden, and they're like this is gonna kill you. Who do it anyways? Holy fuck!
Yeah, it's like you don't
Goku
expect
gets
your
a
main
giant hole blown through his chest.
I think the only person who beats out Goku for a record of a main character not dying for the longest for a main character dying early on is Yusuke. He dies in the first episode.
Okay.
Yeah, Yusuke gets hit by a car and then he just dies. But he gets better.
And it's abducted to Isekai Land by Truck Kun.
No, he doesn't get sent into an isekai.
Anyways.
Curtis. No. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that was what happened for me. Didn't read Dragon Ball, went straight to Z. Read through Z, went back to Dragon Ball, and read it all again. Okay, Scott, that wasn't funny.
And first,
yes, it was ironic.
First time Roshi does the Kamehameha.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I say this is pretty good. A pretty good placement for this. Shouldn't be above
it's a
Perfect Cell, though.
Yeah, it shouldn't be above Perfect Cell, but it's still a really nice ice bit where Roshi gets to demonstrate the power that Goku would later adopt as his trademark technique. And it certainly demonstrates how Goku is good at like mimicking people. Like he sees it once and then he just is like, okay, I could do that too.
Well, monkey see, monkey do.
Yep. I guess Frieza was right after all.
Buff Roshi is a weird thing to see, you know?
Yep.
I like how the bandage explodes off of his head, yeah.
Let him get his pants on and then he'll kick your ass.
Goes to the same dealer as Vince McMahon, I see.
Goku defeats Kid Buu, the very last moment in OG Dragon Ball NZ.
Yeah, okay. I mean...
Yeah, it's like, this
I
is
wouldn't put this
the
above Perfect Cell, but, you know...
I'm like...
Pretty good.
I'm like, finally, it's over. And we get to hear, like, and in the Faulkner score, we get to hear, like, the climactic Super Saiyan 3 theme playing as Goku just utterly destroys Kid Buu while lamenting the fact that he wanted to.
Yeah, I love
that
that
he
piece
felt
of
that
music.
he felt that Buu could have been a perfect opponent if he wasn't just a murdering psychopath. And so he was like, I hope you come back someday as someone good. We'll have a little one-on-one until.
And then
I'll keep training and I'll be waiting. Yep. I have to wonder how much Super ends up mucking up that ending just because of how much more powerful Goku and Vegeta have become at this point.
Super hasn't really even finished, so I don't know what the fuck to say anymore.
I mean, Goten and Trunks have already, had their growth spurts.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh, that is so true.
Yeah.
Oh, launch.
The last time we'd ever see her.
Yep. The very first wish.
That is a good choice. The first wish.
It's like you would never expect the first wish would be just a pair of underwear.
They summon up the dragon, and then Oolong jumps through and wishes for a pair of underwear.
Yeah, it's so mundane, but it does so much. Pilaf's trying to wish is to rule the world, but then Oolong's like, nope, I'm gonna wish me a pair of underwear. Or rather, panties, I think. I don't know. Anyway.
Panties and stocking, optionally with garter belt.
And it's like... the first wish ends up being for something as mundane as this.
It was going to be for a lifetime supply of strawberries.
Yep. But here's the thing: is it is it the traditional definition of a lifetime supply or Oolong's definition?
What do you mean, Oolong's definition?
Ah, right.
Like, for what?
Lifetime supply of strawberries? I thought it was his wish.
No, lifetime supply of strawberries was Bulma's wish.
Oh, right. I forgot. I thought. Wait, doesn't Bulma want a boyfriend?
She
Isn't
goes
that what?
back and she vacillates back and forth. By the time she meets Yamcha, I feel like she would have gone for the lifetime supply of strawberries instead.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Although,
But then again,
why a
but then again,
girl who's the
Bulma.
daughter of the world's
But then again,
richest man would want a lifetime supply of strawberries is strange.
But then again, Bulma kind of ends up being like the cheating heart of the series. Like she literally tries to flirt with everybody, every guy she meets.
She flirts with Goku when he grows a few inches.
And the thing is like
Feet, rather,
they
I should
say they frame Yamcha as the flirter, or rather as the cheater. Anyway, yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Oh yeah.
And
Gotta say,
Goku
this is a good
defeating.
one.
Yep. Yeah, this was certainly an interesting moment. It's like Goku defeats eats King Piccolo, finally putting an end to him and literally putting a hole through him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somehow King Piccolo still spits up another egg.
Oh, that's because the ovipositor is in his throat, not his chest. I don't know. I'm making this up as I
Well,
go along.
well, at the very least, it isn't like that one parody video where Goku punches him in the dick. Oh wait,
But I think
Namekians don't have
Namekians
those.
don't have penises.
How
How did he do that?
He just did. Anyway.
The fact that he was 14 when he did that was funny. I didn't realize that Goku was 14 when he was that small. I thought it was a bigger time skip there.
Curtis said for Goku it was a hole in one. Anyway, we're on the next one. What the Alex?
What the fuck was that? I didn't do anything.
Oh my god. Don't tell me I was watching these.
Okay.
Oh.
Absolutely.
This was a pivotal moment in his character, even if it meant nothing in the grand scheme of things. It was still something amazing. Like Vegeta just straight up tells Boo he's gonna destroy him to the point where he couldn't even regenerate, and he says goodbye to his family and even Goku
Yeah.
before he does the act. And
More than a
this is
couple of tears were shed when this was aired.
yep. And yet, like I said, it still ultimately meant nothing because Boo still regenerated. Hmm.
That's a good answer. Please, no. Oh, Super Saiyan
And
Vegeta.
oh yeah. Is a machine like yourself capable of feeling fear? Oh yeah. This was a keeper. Like, he just comes up, gives that boast, and then he just transforms. And everyone's like, what? How? Oh, and then he's oh, I've struggled a lot. But I'm calm. Calm and pure. Pure evil, that is.
I did lots of push-ups, plenty of sit-ups, and drank a lot of juice.
It's not this moment. That's later. Well, later in the saga. I don't think it's here. Anyway, it's like you think Vegeta's going to be horribly outclassed, but then he outclasses Android 19, in who, because of Goku's heart virus, was easily decimating him.
Oh yeah. And
This was
Vegeta comes in, the piano kicks up, the music hits, and the Super Saiyan glows.
yep. Anyway, oh damn it! It happened, Alex. It
What?
happened.
What happened?
The command thing popped up, and it closed out and then it closed Chrome.
Ow. Well, I've
Hold
still
on.
got the room open, so it should go back to where we were. Or to where you were.
Yeah, give me a sec. Let me just
Okay.
enable uBlock, and
Oh.
we're back. Yep.
Why aren't you playing his theme song?
There again. And
You
guess who's
commissioned a version of this theme song for your show.
that's during the final flash. Which, by the way, it's an honorable mention, unfortunately.
Uh...
With a bang. Yep, this yeah, this was also a keeper. Trunks just shows up and destroys Frieza in more ways than one. Like, this arc at first set up Frieza like, oh, he's gonna come back and wreck some shit in his robot body, but no. Oh, this guy shows up and Frieza's just dead, and so is his dad.
Oh yeah. Shows
You
that Toriyama
murder.
knows how to sell a fucking hero as well as a villain.
Yep. Now, I mean, after all, we can't just rehash the Frieza bits. No, we got to do something interesting. Anyway. Gee, I wonder why. Yep. Yeah, nobody cares, Scott. Jinzo Ningen.
If we keep saying anything more like this, we might be accused of racism. So we're going to move on.
Oh, I love the artwork or the anime version of this.
Yeah, this was awesome. This does not
It was
deserve to be
just
above
like
Perfect Cell, though.
good lord.
Or
I
Vegeta's
was just
Sacrifice.
I was just like
Or
when I saw
Trunks.
this up, I'm like, oh my god, this looks amazing. And Piccolo dies in by far one of the best ways imaginable. Like, here's him giving his all just us to save the son of his most hated enemy.
Oh, yeah.
And
This was a nice moment. It helped show the, one, Piccolo's arc, and two, who his connection to Gohan.
yep, and thus this one good deed would end up gaining him access to Otherworld and him keeping his body. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's a Frieza Day miracle.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I
This
agree
is
with
hype.
where this is, I
This
guess.
is hype. This is hype.
Depends on what
This is hype.
comes after it.
Like, this
By the way, this
is
footage is from Kai, I believe.
no, it's actually from the old the Dragon boxes because as I could definitely tell the
Oh,
colors
yeah,
aren't
yeah, it's the
muted.
green sky that... fucking hell.
And it's like when we got to this moment, I'm sure, or it was just like hype, 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 hype. Like, this is the first time Goku and Vegeta ever fight. And it just it's amazing. And Kai's score for this fight is just as great, if not better. It's overall like a brutal showdown. And it's part of what I like about the series.
Yeah, this went on to become my benchmark for final and for penultimate battles too, because there's so much brutality in it. It goes on for a very long time, but it doesn't feel like it's being drug out. Like, you've got so many attacks, so many techniques, so many twists and turns. The Great Ape form from fucking Yajirobe cutting Vegeta's tail off. Everything that leads up to the end. And it's like the two of them just being
to this fight.
Yeah, the fact that Goku and Vegeta are just practically fucking dead at the end of the fight. Oh.
Yes. Anyway, they don't talk about that the later part. They talk to like up to the beam struggle.
The whole thing is great.
Yes.
Those are two different... I mean, one of those is part of the other. Krillin's first death is... Yeah,
Oh,
I understand. but it doesn't deserve to be above Goku and Vegeta.
I was kind of devastated when I saw this era. I'm like, Krillin's dead? What?
I wasn't, but that was because I knew he already died. Because I read Dragon Ball Z first and then went back to Dragon Ball.
I still was shocked, man. I was like, what? No. I was sad. Like this is Goku's best friend, and this is the first time he dies in the show. First of 3 times.
Does he get that ice cream cone?
I
Ice
think
cream
so.
sundae?
I think he did.
Awesome.
I don't know.
Good for him. Good for him. Yeah, I'd say this is a good one. This does not deserve to be above Goku versus Piccolo.
And the thing is, he doesn't even go out in a grand way. He just gets kicked in the frontal lobe and then he just dies. Like it's such a mundane death. And
yeah, for a character who was such a big part of the series, it is a hell of a way to go.
Yeah, like you would not expect
you don't get a last
die
stand,
that
you don't
way.
get a battle. Well, you're not fighting in your fucking gi. You're in your suit. You're going to go pick up the power pole and some shit, and then and everybody's dead.
And Goku, who felt something off. Like you could tell that that something was wrong from the fact that he wasn't eating.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to check on them and check on Krillin, and then that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the first time you see Goku genuinely pissed off in this show.
He could have very well gone Super Saiyan there, I think. Because that was fucking brutal.
If Super Saiyan was a thing beforehand.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yep. Tambourine. You are...
Oh.
This time I'm gonna let it all stand.
I mean, I'd put this on at number 1 personally.
Let it all come out. This time I'm gonna stand up and shout. I'm gonna do things my way. It's my way or the highway. Chill. Sorry, I don't remember the. Was it Frank Sinatra's? Was it a Frank Sinatra song that he parodied?
Yes.
Okay, I don't remember how. I don't remember the lyrics to the Frank Sinatra
so
"My Way."
The end is near, and so we reach the final curtain.
Weirdly enough, I would have actually put this at a number 1 best moment, just because it's like
me too.
This is by far the most climactic finish the series has seen, and for once, Goku isn't the one on delivering the final blow. It's Gohan taking up the torch. Anyway. Blame the fans. Seriously, the fans were nagging Toriyama's editors.
Yeah, I remember.
And then we'll get into the top 4. There we go. Okay, good. I didn't have like a
Nope. Definitely deserves to be on this list. Does not deserve to be above those two. We had
It's
two of the
okay.
best moments in the entire series, and then we just have like the inciting incident. And granted, the inciting incident makes all of the rest of the series possible, but that doesn't make it so that this actually makes more sense to be above the last 25 anythings. 20. How many?
It's okay.
Yeah,
Alex.
20.
It's okay. Hey,
Yeah,
relax.
we're at 20, not 25. Okay.
Okay. In all honesty, it's like you never expected something this silly to set off a chain of events that would ultimately lead to them going
Into
through
space?
the universal levels of adventure and whatnot. You would not think that this silly innocuous moment would lead into all the other stuff, but here it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like this was a really great moment in the OG series. Funnily enough, the only adaptation of this portion of the series that actually did it right was Path to Power, weirdly enough.
Huh.
Because I believe in the manga, Bulma doesn't actually hit Goku with the car. She barely grazes him. She still shoots him.
I'd have to go back and look at that again, actually.
They actually mention that when they talk about Path to Power in their top 24 movies.
Okay.
Also, in that movie, we end up getting to see Bulma's uncensored cooch.
like what? Like panties or
Her cooch.
huh. I haven't seen Pat the Power, so I wouldn't know.
Yep. Anyway.
Okay.
I mean, how many times have we seen Goku doing Gohan's genitals?
Plenty. So, fair is fair.
Oh, and plus in LG Dragon Ball, we see Bulma's nipples.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Correct. Yep.
And she was willing to show off her panties to a guy half her size. Does that make her a Shotokan?
Probably.
Even though
This is number 3.
even though Yamcha's older than her by like a year, and Vegeta is roughly the same age, I think.
I have to, sometimes I have to wonder, or in these like, new stills that they get, is like they really are pronouncing Gohan's pecs here, aren't they?
Yeah, I think this is from one of the Dragon Ball video games, and they've shown us some promotional art from I think it was Kai.
Do you
and some of the
do you think
other stuff.
do you
I don't
think
remember.
you think a decent chunk of characters from the older from the 90s anime stuff have watched 5-second massive pecs?
I guess.
You've seen that episode of Fairly Odd Parents, right?
I've it's been a very long time, but yes.
Cosmo got some massive pecs to take on Crocker. It ultimately means nothing, but still. Anyway, hey, your thoughts on this iconic moment?
This is very good. It should have been number 2.
Yes, it should have been number 2.
And
Like,
Gohan going Super Saiyan should have been number 1.
Mm, I
No,
wish there was a.
not going Super Saiyan. Gohan beating Cell should have been number 1. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That's better. Yeah, this was like, and for once, the Japanese score easily outdid the Faulkner score for this scene.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
one of
Are
the
you
problems
really gonna?
one of the problems
Are you
is,
really gonna
okay,
beat Hironobu Kageyama?
we've got yeah, on the one hand we have Kageyama singing his heart out, and on the other hand we have the Funimation people taking the Gohan Super Saiyan and track out of this scene and pulling in something else so that they can and have it later on when they repeat the scene in a later episode. So yeah, thanks guys.
Yeah.
You fucking idiots.
Anyway. Interesting instrumental rendition of the theme. Who would have guessed indeed? Wah wah wah.
I believe that is the original instrumental, but I'm not certain.
Whoa!
This was before they did Super Saiyan 2 in theirs, right?
Yes, this was before.
Yeah, so this would have been the original instrumental.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, I remember the horn line on that being like that. That's so it either that or it's
well, yet another turning point in the series.
Reddit's
is on here.
Here's why is this above Super Saiyan 2? Why is this above Gohan killing Cell? Why is this above you know what? This could have been number 24 and I wouldn't have complained.
Okay, so it's like most people who just read or watched Dragon Ball Z before or Dragon Ball would have been like, whatever. But imagine, if you will, you watch/read Dragon Ball before getting to Z, and then this happens, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been, if you'd have watched, if America had gotten Dragon Ball as it had originally been intended, this would have been fucking insane. As it was just mostly insane.
Yeah, it was just mostly insane. And then M. Night Shyamalan just be like, what a twist! And then meanwhile, Raditz in the abridgment's like, you hit your head as a kid, didn't you? Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. That should have been on the list. That should have been on the list. Okay. Okay.
Aww.
Okay. That should have been on the list. That should have been on the list. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Aww.
Okay. Okay. Maybe should have been on the list. Definitely should have been on the list. Okay. That should have been on the list. That should have been on the list. Fuck you, Kaiser.
Funny how they use Don Don Kokoro Hikari Teku to go through the honorable mentions.
The fact that Super Saiyan 3 isn't on this list means this list is an automatic 1 out of 10. Although, considering Kaiser probably only watched the show with the Kikuchi score rather than the Falconer score, I can sort of see why, because the tracks that played during that version of it were shit.
Anyway.
That
Well, this was predictable.
should have been number 5.
I say predictable because, yeah. I would have
put
Kai dialogue for this scene.
I would have put Super Saiyan 3 at number 1 before I put this there.
Just because this is like the second time Goku just gets genuinely pissed off, because other times it's like he's a bit angry, but he's not, pissed off. This is when he's just about to throw hands.
Here's what I say. Kai dialogue, Falconer score, this is perfect.
Somebody made that video.
I know. I've seen that video. That's why I say that. But, I still wouldn't put this at number 1. I'd put this at number 2 at the highest, and that's me being generous. I'd say that Super Saiyan 2 should be above this. I'd say that Gohan killing Cell should also be above this. And, it's good. It should be in the top 5, but why is it number 1, guys? I understand why it would be here, but why is it? I'm going to judge.
Yep.
And you're playing literally the worst piece of music you could possibly pick for it. Literally the generic, quote-unquote, danger music that's been with the series for basically forever. It doesn't communicate the dramatic tension of the scene whatsoever, or it communicates, well, nothing, really, because the score of this series has nothing to communicate, because it's not a creative endeavor.
Yep. Look at that. Look at that number. Basically, everybody waited for that.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's it for the first one.
1 out of 10.
Okay, enough shit posting. What do you actually rate it?
Seriously, 1 out of 10. Super Saiyan 3 isn't even on the fucking list.
I still liked it.
Okay, so let's be a bit more generous here. I'll say,
I give it an 8 out of 10.
I'll just say 5 out of 10. And because the list is...
All right, now we're on the movie.
It's all kinds of out of order, and it's just... It's missing key things.
So, this is going to be an interesting one, since I don't believe you've seen most of the Dragon Ball movies.
I've seen a handful of them. I have not seen all of them, though.
Okay, so this will be a tad bit easier, then. Anyway,
yeah, I'll have less to complain about here. I'm mostly going to be going off of their versions of the movies and some of the other ones.
Gee, Scott really wanted people to buy this just because he played a random Frieza Mook in this movie.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember him talking
It was
about
literally solely because of this movie that they don't need to talk about Hero's Legacy. I'm not kidding. Because without it, there wouldn't be 24 other films and specials to talk about.
that.
Anyway.
Okay.
They'll talk about GT in the third list. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a few there are a few movies that look really good, but they're just kind of, like the Dragon Ball retelling movies. Like, I think it was like Blood Rubies and the one that was made during GT. Those two
Yeah.
look really good.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Curse of the Blood Rubies is just recapping the Pilaf saga.
Yeah.
Ow.
Can you turn the volume down, guys? That hurt.
Ah.
Episode
feel
of
sorry for you.
Bardock. Episode of
feel sorry.
Bardock. This is a weird fucking episode.
I feel bad for Bardock just because of this episode. It's
I
like
don't-
this was there for nothing else other than merchandising.
Yeah.
This is
Super
just
Saiyan
there
Bardock.
to... Yeah, this literally had no reason to exist. So this just
I remember
offers
finding
absolutely nothing to
Yeah.
the series.
And I remember finding this on YouTube and wondering why all the voice actors sounded weird, and then I found out it was a fan dub.
Yeah. I ended
Because
up
they
watching this all in I ended up watching this all in Japanese.
Yeah, because they still haven't dubbed this one into English, and I think it might have something to do with the fact that it was a
They
bonus
did-
feature included with one of the video games.
Dragon Ball Z for Connect.
Yep, which is the only reason I own that game.
Oh,
I
and
picked it up
not
for
only
$2.
that, Raging Blast 2 has a similar thing
Yeah,
where
Plan
they
to
have
Eradicate
like
the
a
Super Saiyans.
Plan to Eradicate the Super Saiyans. They never dubbed that either, even though they
Yeah.
have an English voice for Hachiyak.
Yeah, additionally, that's also the only reason why I own that game.
The game is actually pretty good. It's just, there's some issues.
I'll take your word for that. I haven't actually played it.
I have.
I haven't
I've
played
unlocked
DBZ for Connect either. We'll have to do that
I've
one
unlocked
day.
I've unlocked everything for Dragon Ball Raging Blast too.
I
Yeah,
have a
I was
Kinect, actually. I picked it up at a Goodwill for $5.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I can't wait for you to play that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know if I'll.
No. Eh.
And then he winds up back in time somehow.
Which is stupid. That's stupid.
Yeah, I believe this was something ripped off from the Animorphs, because there were a couple of Animorphs special books.
Lord
called
chilled.
Megamorphs. Where
How
they,
did you
like,
feel
time
about-
traveled.
How did you feel about their version of this?
It was great.
Yes, it was.
Hee-haw.
I love how the primitive Saiyans sound like
of all
Kermit
the
the Frog.
shark jumping bullshit.
Oh Curtis's delivery on that was perfect.
Yeah. I actually think
Alex,
Yeah?
Alex, all you have to do for Dragon Ball Z for Connect for most of it, just
Hip thrust at
just
the connect to
no,
assert
just
dominance.
no, just throw your hands at it until something happens.
Throw your hands up in the air, wave 'em like you just don't care.
Okay, plan to eradicate the Super Saiyan. Weirdly enough, the
I'd say this is
version
better
on
than Bio Broly, kind of. But
weirdly enough, when this was actually the version that's used in this, which is the Raging Blast 2 version, is oddly enough a shortened version of the original one, which is a OVA from a choose your own adventure game.
yeah, okay, so there was a couple of VHS tapes included as strategy guides with you could get one with the game with like one of the games for Super Nintendo, and then you had to go out and buy the other one, I think. Either that or they were both available as like rentals or something. And they're available in like shitty quality on the Dragon Box. They look like they were ripped straight from the VHS master.
Yeah. Somebody needed to go back and remaster those. They did it for for the latter half of this, but they didn't bother to include the beginning of it. Like they did bother to include like the beginning set pieces before this, but it gave us one really major fight and goes to the climax.
I mean, yeah, I guess it is pretty
But
truncated. The presentation
weirdly
of the
enough,
original one leaves something to be desired because all of the transitional scenes are like screenshots from the video game. So
yeah. And not only that, they for some reason end up acknowledging Broly because they're like, "Oh my god, this guy's stronger than Broly." I'm like, "What?
Oh
What?"
yeah, Broly just shows up apropos of nothing in the 3DS game. Like during one of the tournaments in the Boo Saga or post Boo Saga or something like that. At the game the game for 3DS Extreme Butoden is incredibly stupid. You
Oh yeah, I believe you talked about
yeah.
this.
So Broly just kind of shows up in the middle of one of the tournaments and like you can play as Krillin. In fact, you can get I think the most complete story in the game is you playing as Krillin, and Krillin can just beat Broly.
Yeah, you've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, let's get to their description of this. Okay, Alex, how did you feel about their version of this?
Their version is very good. Okay, it was a Famicom game, not a Super Nintendo. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because I thought it was Super Famicom for some reason.
No! Sorry. Oh god, Vegeta, what's wrong with your face?
I like the Christmas theming of their version because it's like it's inherently goofy, but it makes it less stupid because they
Yeah.
acknowledge that it's stupid. Like it's not trying to be taken seriously. And the fact that Frieza and King Cold, or not King Cold, Chilled, Cooler. Fuck. Yeah. Frieza and Cooler's dynamic was good in their version.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with fan wankery as long as it's good, but this wasn't very good, so.
No.
Broly, second coming.
Oh god. Yeah, this one was I actually agree with them. This one is definitely the worst of the Broly movies. Poor Vic. When he heard that Broly was still alive, he just instinctively clutched his throat, and he's like, "How is that possible?"
He died at the end of the last one. Oh yeah,
and then they're like,
and then they're like, "Hey, there's another movie."
Really dies in Dragon Ball. and then he gets killed again, and he's somewhat relieved. But then Bio Broly happens.
Yeah, and then he's gonna be in another video game. And
no. First, he's like, he goes up to the guy. He's like, "You tell me the truth. Is he really dead?" "Yes, Vic. There's no more Broly." And he's like, "Thank God." And then they're like, and 5 months after Bio Broly, "Hey, Vic, Dragon Ball Z video game." He's like, "No!" And every time Vic gets called in for a new Dragon Ball Z video game, he's like, the phone conversation's like, "Hi. Hey, Vic, this is Andrew." "Hi, Andrew."
He's Vic, back again, isn't he?
I'm sorry. He's back. I actually jokingly said that on Twitter to Vic when Broly was announced for Dragon Ball FighterZ. I'm like, "Vic, I'm sorry. He's back." Oh. Anyway, honestly, this movie was kind of dumb. Like, Goten's crying, waking up Broly, who somehow survived. And somehow Videl survives fighting him. And also Goten and Trunks somehow survive fighting him. And Trunks flashes his ass at him.
And he gave him the middle finger.
Yep. No, that's in Bio Broly. He flashes
that was Bio Broly, yeah.
He flashes his ass, genitals, and likely his anus at him. And then he flipped him off.
"I'm gonna take a shit on you."
And what's worse, in Broly's Second Coming, and as Broly's about to break it, like probably split him in two, by pulling him down on his head, Trunks just then pisses himself, and Broly's like, "What? What is this? What's going on here?" And I'm like, this is so stupid. And Gohan shows up, then the fight actually begins. It's all right. I like the family Kamehameha at the end, but I wish a lot of the so-called comedy didn't happen. Anyway, you'd like the rock music in the dub of this. Yep. I can confirm this, Alex.
Well, you see, Broly forgot to take his steroids that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is on every other piece of Dragon Ball merchandise.
Yep. Here we are at Bio Broly.
As in olden days, happy golden days.
Notice the Japanese title has almost nothing to do with the actual plot of the movie.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
I'm like,
Super Warrior defeat, I'll be the winner. What the fuck does that mean, guys? That doesn't actually mean anything.
No, it doesn't. They really needed to work on their titles. Anyway, it's like Broly literally he does look like as Lanny will later describe as Swamp Thing fucked amuck. And
I've seen that.
oh
I've seen that, yeah.
yeah, and yeah, it's just I like what I agree with their points on them having Mr. Satan and Android 18 be a unique inclusion to this film, almost well as Krillin actually getting to do some stuff. And I feel like this is like the one time where Goten actually takes charge in a something in Dragon Ball related, and he doesn't need to fuse with Trunks. Like that was actually kind of neat. Yeah, it's too bad the movie kind of sucks. Alex?
I don't have anything to add.
All right. You probably didn't see this.
A very long time ago on YouTube in very low quality.
Yeah, same here.
I have the Blu-ray, but I haven't bothered.
We'll get to watching these movies at some point.
Oh, wait a sec. I was about to say world's strongest.
Why are Goten and Trunks even in this movie?
Good question. Naked Vic Mignogna. Every fangirl's wet dream.
Yep. Finally, an
Sleeping
OG Dragon
Princess,
Ball
Devil's
movie.
Castle. Okay, that's all right.
Here's the thing.
It's not great,
Here's the
but it
thing.
is
It's
all
like
right.
it's the only one of a lot of these movies that has an original plot.
Yeah, because
It doesn't recap things that we've already seen.
yeah, because I was gonna
And
say, aren't most of the
nor does it
Dragon Ball films just recap movies?
it it's only like the Curse of the Blood Rupees, is Mystical Adventure and Path to Power. This one is original in terms of its plot.
Excuse me.
And though the problem is that its animation is very inconsistent, as you'll see. Yep.
Lucifer. Oh my God, that's the guy who paralyzed Charles Xavier.
Oh god.
I'm not kidding.
Yep. Yep.
What? What? Dylan, if you're watching this, I had no idea. I totally
Wait.
didn't rip this movie off for our comic we're working on. Return of Cooler. Yeah, this isn't a very good
Okay.
film. I'd have put this.
I
wouldn't
paused
have put.
this before Scott says his sentiment of this movie.
I wouldn't have personally put this film above Bio Broly because this film's just kind of lame and badly animated.
Yeah, it's really bad. Like, it's not a good sequel to Cooler's Revenge.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even just because of what was pointed out in terms of the animation. It's just the fact that it's like, it seems kind of dumb. Like, Cooler just kind of repeats the same mistakes that ultimately caused his defeat. He literally underestimates them yet again. He doesn't change in any way whatsoever, even when he gains an adaptive ability. With the big Getty star, it just means, oh, now there's new ways for him to be arrogant. Anywho, let's get to Scott's famous 3-word sentiment about this movie.
Fuck this movie.
Yes. Oh god, Goku. Off-model. Let's put it off-model Goku with off-model Ichigo and headless Naruto.
Headless Nort. Giant improvement from regular Nort.
Yep.
Yeah. Can you tell that the people who made this film watched Transformers the movie and possibly worked on it because it was animated by Toei? Transformers the movie is a very good movie. Watch Transformers the movie instead of this.
Yes, it is.
To believe you can't survive. Did they actually beat 10 billion coolers?
I don't know.
Because that doesn't make any sense. Well, most of them are.
Okay, to explain. This movie premiered before Dende became Guardian of Earth in the manga.
But he was Guardian of Earth in the... What?
Not when this movie aired. This movie aired around the same time Piccolo met Cell for the first time.
Well, Kevin, do you mind telling me what the people who made this film were smoking?
They were smoking some of that purple koosh.
I think they're gonna need to pass some of that my way so I can get through the rest of this.
Ave Maria.
Ave Maria.
Okay, let's pray I didn't and watch this in advance beforehand.
Super 13? Okay. I mean, I kind of agree with this placement. It could be higher on the list.
Mighty kind of you, TFS. Now, let's be realistic here. You can't fix what ain't broke. Now, where's my trucker hat? Is it weird that me as a Northeasterner, or I could do a perfect Southern accent?
Well, you see, boy, it ain't that hard. But you do need yourself a nice big trucker hat to cap off that fucking look.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, that trucker hat gets knocked off too early.
My
So
goddamn motherfucking trucker hat.
Yep. Okay, I'll be honest. It's like it's weird that the dub gave more character to a lot of these antagonists than the original Japanese version did. Like for the most part, I think the only one who really spoke was 13. I think 14 and 15 were mostly silent. Like, did they even say anything in that version?
In
They did.
which version?
The Japanese version.
Don't think so. Not so much, no.
Okay then. Anyway, look at my trucker hat. Okay, let's talk about the designs
Extreme
of
Battle,
15.
the 3 Great Super Saiyans. What the fuck?
Okay, let's talk
What does
about
that title have to do with anything, guys?
Exactly. Anyway, how do you feel about the designs of 14 and 15?
I like them. Not as good as 13, but, you know.
Yeah, the weird thing is, I think the reason why they say the designs are quote-unquote unique is just because they look quote-unquote racially insensitive.
I mean, I don't know who's the big guy supposed to be racist against gray people. They don't exist.
His design looks reminiscent of a Native American.
I gotta be perfectly honest here. I didn't pick up on that. I thought he was supposed to be some mishmash of like Asian stuff.
It's
like kind of like
his.
Cal Pai Pai.
It's kind of like the way he dresses and that braided it up ponytail. Oh, that kind of gives it away.
I mean, again, it kind of looks a bit like. To me, it kind of looks like if you shave the hair back a little bit more, or it'd be kind of a Shaolin monk kind of look, just
but
with different colors.
And of course, 15 is literally purple face.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. I love Chuck Huber's voice for 13. Yeah. Not really. Ow.
Only legendary Super Saiyan. Okay, I mean, like all the complaints people have about the plot are 100% valid because it is
Broly.
Because it is kind of thrown together.
Read this title.
Burn up, a close fight, a violent fight, a super fierce fight. That's not a title, guys. That's a whole paragraph.
I mean, we get it. It's going to be epic. You don't need to constantly say that. Just tell us something about the movie other than that happening.
The American title was much better, I have to say.
Yes, the American title for these movies is quite better in quite a few regards. And honestly,
it's like they're putting together the Japanese title, the random word generator half the time.
Yeah. I love it's like Broly was good up until we find out that his reasoning for why he does what he does is due to the fact that Goku cried next to him. That was guys, come on. This is why
that's so dumb. But he's so cool. But that's so dumb.
Yeah, and that's kind of the reason. Even Vic prefers the Super Broly version.
Oh yeah, pretty much everybody does.
He actually outright said it at UltraCon when I first met him. Anyway. Nah, we don't care. If it were Super Broly, we'd have some issues. I like it. I like in the abridgment that Paragus just goes tumbling and then he's unable to stab Broly just because the dagger breaks.
Yeah.
Ow.
My skin is cold. Tourette's fusion with somebody. Morose and old. Oh, fuck yeah.
Yep. And Vic actually really wanted to voice act in Dragon Ball Z. He's like, oh, cool, I get to be in this show. What do I do?
Scream! A lot! Forever!
And he just clutched his throat. He's like, oh, dear God. After the recording session. The amount of water he had to drink before and after that. Yeah.
I would love to hear Vic sing Tens. Granted in his own style, not in the original Pantera style, because
hey, you should email him.
I should. I've actually asked him, I'm like, hey, would you think about like releasing an album of covers of like classic musicals and stuff like that? I was trying to get him to do some Sinatra songs, but
Anyway, Curse of the Blood Rubies, aka Legend of Shenlong. Literally retreading old ground, but with an original plot about this guy that my mouse is over.
At the very least, they weren't using recycled footage.
No,
which is more
they
than you
weren't.
can say for some anime compilation retelling films.
Yep. Anyway. I do like this score. I believe this is romantic. I believe this is the ending.
Yes.
Agario. Oh, yes. Which got redubbed later on. Ow.
Yeah. So if anybody had any doubts that the Kikuchi score was primarily composed for the movies and then reused later on, then yeah.
Ooh. Ouch. Well, I'll be honest. This was kind of a weird one.
I wouldn't put Tree of Might this high on the list, but okay.
Okay, honestly, I didn't know Icarus originated from this movie until I actually watched it because at the time I'm I was kind of watching like reruns of Dragon Ball Z and they got to like the Garlic Jr. saga and I'm like, who's the dragon that's with Gohan? And then I didn't know, and I honestly didn't know he was just filler. He was there for like this, Lord Slug, A Cooler's Revenge, and the Garlic Jr. saga, and of course that bit where Goku and Piccolo are driving cars.
Yeah,
That's it.
I like the driving cars thing. Here is like, dodge, bitch, get out the way.
The decisive battle for the entire Earth. I'm sorry, how many of those are there?
Multiple at this point.
Yeah. So this movie kind of feels less special. Plus, it's yet another retreading. It's another retreading of old material, which is the Saiyan saga, because this is just basically the retreading of like Vegeta and whatnot, except for the giant steroid pumping tree. Anyway,
I'm going to fuck the earth, both literally and very figuratively. La 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 la.
deck the halls with sounds of battle. La 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 la. Tis the season to be brutal. La 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 la. Wow, really? Well, if you watch the Japanese version, it's even more confusing considering both of these two are voiced by the same person. The dub doesn't have that issue
Yeah,
in either version, in either
thankfully.
Ocean or Funimation.
Which Ocean version? Because this was,
Um, I think both. I think like the first one has Ian James Corlett, and the second one has Peter Kalamis. At least that's what I heard. And meanwhile, the Funimation dub of like the first time I was ever exposed to this plot was due to the fact that since Tree of Might wasn't released based on anything, I had no idea who Turles was until Budokai Tenkaichi 2, and then the movie was actually out, and I ended up watching it. It was a weird time for me. Anyway. Scott's a fucking weeb.
Weeaboo! Oh, I'm sorry, I had something caught in my throat while I was calling Scott a weeaboo.
You should get that looked at.
Yeah. I think it might be spreading.
Meanwhile, Gohan remains asleep and naked throughout the remainder of the film. Well,
I've been waiting for just one. What?
fuck. I love this movie just for the licensed music itself. It's so on the nose and a little unfitting, but it's fantastic. I think this and Revenge of Cooler are what kind of got me into Disturbed.
Stupefy.
Look in my if they step in my soul, I begin to stupefy. Ah. Anyway. Yep. Give me a sec. I'll be right back.
Excuse me, Lord Slug. I'm sorry, Lord Slug. Boy, if I had a nickel for every time that happened, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's just strange that happened twice. Yeah, fake Super Saiyan is really strange.
Okay, there's actually an explanation for this.
I
This
had
was
a
before.
Yeah, this was
This is
supposed to be
before-
regular
or-
Super Saiyan.
Yeah, this was like before Super Saiyan was really like a thing.
Yeah, they hadn't
Toei
quite
had
figured out
no
what
idea.
it was.
And they just kind of made that, and then Toriyama's like, well, I guess I gotta do something about this.
I actually came up with a pitch for okay, so fun fact. One of the directors originally attached to the film that became Dragon Ball Evolution was, can you think of who it might be?
Zack Snyder.
Yes, and I came up with a pitch for what might have happened if Zack Snyder directed the Dragon Ball film. And basically the first it kind of took some inspiration from Man of Steel in that like the first 30 to 40 minutes of the movie were taking place on planet Vegeta, and well, there's no easy way to say this. Bardock went fake Super Saiyan in it.
Yeah.
Just because I thought, you know what, that'd be a nice reference.
But
Ultimately, I didn't. This was meant for a show that Dylan and I were working on called The Bullpen, but unfortunately, like when I went to edit the first episode, which is actually going to be on Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, a bunch of the audio was just like royally fucked up, and I couldn't salvage it, and we never wound up being able to get back to record it. So unfortunately, that's been on the back burner for 5 years now.
Anyway.
I think. Boy hits car, what the fuck?
Oh, Gizmo's here. Hey, buddy.
Sorry for missing, man. Like I said, I was out. I
Well,
was away. And
It's all right. It's all right. We understand. Anyway, we're on top 24 movies, and we are at Cooler's Revenge. We're going to give our thoughts of the movie itself, and then we let them talk.
Yep, click on the watch together link.
Okay. And that is essentially the rules.
Oh.
We just passed Lord Slug, which, by the way, of course, Alex had to point out how hilarious the band title Boy Hits Car is.
Yeah.
Watch together link is in the broadcast chat.
yeah, man.
Okay. So we are on, like I said, we are on Cooler's Revenge, which is number 13. Have you seen this movie?
No.
Okay. So Frieza turns out to have an older brother, or he hears Frieza's dead, and Cooler, or to salvage the reputation of his family, a less than getting revenge for his younger brother's demise, goes to Earth to fight against Goku with his quirky mini-boss squad, the Cooler's Armored Squadron, and consisting of a Frenchman, a guy with electricity powers, and a big buff dude. They all get jobbed out. Those three get jobbed out by Piccolo and Cooler, and Goku engage in a rousing round of fisticuffs.
Did you know that the Streamy Awards were happening tonight?
Isn't that the one where they're giving away Steam Decks?
No, that's the Steam Awards, which is in 2 days.
Okay. Fun fact, Alex, both the official English voice actor for Cooler and the abridged version of Cooler, Chris Guerrero, were actually in an anime together called Tokyo Ravens.
I've heard of Tokyo Ravens. I do not know what it was, though.
It's a weird show. It's pretty good, but it's kind of weird. And it's interesting seeing both Coolers interact with each other in that way. It's kind of something. Chris Guerrero deserves more work. He's great. So does Andrew Chandler. Like, Chandler's Cooler has gotten a bit better, especially in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Anyway, Alex, have you seen this movie?
Cooler's Revenge? Yes, I have seen this movie.
Oh, by the way, hey, Gizmo, you would love the Funimation score for this movie, because it is fucking everything. Drowning Pool, Disturbed, or literally everything you could ever want. Even Deftones is in this movie.
They actually have licensed band. They have licensed songs in this?
Yes!
Huh.
And it's amazing.
So my copies of Silent Night, Deadly Night 1 and 2 were supposed to be here today via the post office, and I pressed X to doubt when I got that text message, and considering it's almost 9 o'clock, I'm thinking that it's probably not gonna happen.
Anyway, let's hear their thoughts.
Cool villain.
No.
Frieza. Let's make him taller.
Gizmo, make sure you have headphones.
I have headphones.
While the audio is echoing on your end.
Do Re Mi Fa Beat says I'm the only one here, so hi. Hi, Do Re Mi Fa Beat. Just watching a Dragon Ball movie and suddenly disturbed. I've been waiting for just one. What?
Anyway.
What?
Buffer. And make him super ooze.
I love Super
That's
Shredder.
funny.
Accurate.
Looking for revenge for the death of his brother, and he's brought his own Ginyu Force 2.0 with him.
2.0, but still a downgrade. Because while they're obviously trying
Yeah, I
to
still hear your audio, Gizmo.
Cooler's Armored Squadron just isn't as fun.
Yeah, I hear it too.
Hilarious.
Let me turn my mic off then.
Echo, that guy who makes every incarnation he plays of Frieza's icy race come to.
I like how the abridged version made the mini-boss squad goofier.
Yep.
Matsubenya. Yeah. Piccolo.
Thus making Piccolo yet another person who can defeat Dr. Doom.
All your hopes and dreams.
Okay, we're on the last of the original Dragon Ball movies, Mystical Adventure.
Mystical Adventure, one of the few films that actually shares the title with the Japanese version.
Well, that and Sleeping Princess and Devil's Castle.
Oh, yeah, well, that too.
Okay, have either of you seen this movie? Alex.
No question mark?
Gizmo.
No, but I've watched the one where they had blood rubies.
Okay.
Oh, so you watched the Blood Rubies.
Okay, so this is basically like a retread of the World Martial Arts Tournament arc and meeting up with Tao Pai Pai, aka this guy right here on the left.
Yeah, General Tao.
He's not a general, he's an assassin.
Tao. He's General Tao.
General Tao is a dub error.
If they introduced me to General Tao, I'm just gonna keep calling him General Tao. It's their own fault.
Okay, that's fine. Anyway.
I love this movie. Yeah, we know. And
Yeah.
Guys, flat out.
Oh, damn, my.
Yep. Well, that's random.
Still not how his name is pronounced, Kaiser. I will not stop bitching at you about this. Some of us have actually watched the show.
Yes, Gizmo. Look at that. Look at that.
America.
I want you to look at this.
Coming
Look
my
at this
butt
shit.
and suck on my balls, America. Fuck yeah.
Oh, this was
The
funny.
motherfucking day, yeah.
And don't worry, it auto plays.
Huh?
Okay, and we're on to the next one. Ba-da-dum. Ba-da-da-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Okay, so we're in probably unknown territory since this movie has not been released outside of Japan.
I know this film. I know this film inside and out
Yo,
because
Son Goku and his friends return.
I'm actually deeply ashamed to admit this, but I am responsible for a fan dub of this that I need to get finished. It's all
Hey,
recorded, I just have to mix it.
Ah, okay.
Because the
Anyway.
previous editor has gone MIA, so if Sharingan's watching this, I'm sorry. Yeah, guess who I played in this movie?
Who
Goku.
did you?
Sorry, say that again?
Yamcha.
Say what you said, Gizmo?
Krillin.
He said Goku, Yamcha, and Krillin as his
Now,
first
one
three
out
guesses.
of three. You got 1 out of 3 there.
Krillin.
No.
Yamcha.
No.
Goku.
Yeah. I also played a couple of other characters, including Oolong. I need to
Neat.
get this done because it is a very well produced dub, but I don't have any
Okay.
fucking time.
Okay, so I've actually kind of pirated this movie, and essentially the plot is that it's a nice little reunion between the Z Fighters, and then Vegeta's brother
Vegeta's
Tarble
brother shows up.
shows up, and then he's like, "Oh, by the way, there's this other Frieza guy. These two Frieza guys named Avocado, Avocado. Oh, yeah, use the vegetable puns. They're everywhere." And they fuse to become Avocado, and then Gotenks fights him, and then Goku steals the kill.
Yeah, I remember
That's literally all there is to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, Gizmo, this is this is movies and specials, so it's not necessary. So that's just kind of pretense. This. Anyway, let's hear their words on it.
Where? Yeah, the color palette in this special is ugly.
Yeah, it looks very strange. Goku's arms are strangely thin. Everything is a
Who
food
is playable?
plot, yes.
Who is playable in Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2, voiced by Todd Haberkorn.
Eclectic is an interesting way to describe it.
Yep. And Tarble got a wife.
I remember that.
All right, here we are. Path to Power.
Marble banged that exactly.
You'd be
It
surprised.
just works. Life finds a way. If Lando Calrissian can manage to fuck a robot, Tarbol can figure out how to do that.
You could literally just imagine any way to mess with the computer. You're literally fucking it.
Okay.
That's not what I meant.
So,
Press buttons. Oh, you're fucking it.
okay, so after Dragon Ball GT, they ended up releasing this, which was essentially just a retelling of the first few arcs, but with newer animation. At least newer animation at the time, since this was still GT era animation. Still, it looks really nice. Anywho,
If there's a hole, there's a goal.
aww. Yep, there it is. See? See? Oh, God. Okay. I remember being hyped for the premiere of this movie on Toonami, and it didn't disappoint. I really liked this one. The ending was a bit weird, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Gizmo, have you seen this movie?
Once and only once.
How did you feel about it?
I didn't have any feelings.
You're a robot.
I don't know. I don't know what to think about this movie. It's been years, and again, it's been years since I've seen it.
Yeah, it's been
This
years
is
since
like it's like you're giving me you got this guy who comes out of nowhere. He's got a sword with a what? A flute. Okay,
an ocarina.
so flying Link. And
Well,
then,
he's closer to Chrono from Chrono Trigger.
I don't give a fuck, man. He could be fucking the Black Knight from
Do
Marvel.
Re Mi Fa
that-
Beat says my second favorite Dragon Ball movie behind Super Broly.
Wow, really? That high? Damn.
Yeah.
Well, okay then. Again, if we ever get to doing the commentary on the Dragon Ball Z
Dragon
movies,
Fist explosion. If Goku can't do it, who will? Well, probably nobody.
oh yeah, I mean, even though Gohan's physically stronger than he is at this point.
Barely remembered anything about it, man. From what I remember, there wasn't really much action. And when I say action, I'm talking like this thing. It constantly that thing right there constantly finds ways to just not get hit, despite it being the size of a fucking building.
Yeah.
Let's see. Got hit a total of what, 3 times? Once when Goku counterattacks, another when the tail gets cut off,
And then he gets Dragon Fisted.
yeah, Dragon Fist. I think those are the only 3. Honestly, this could. I think the fight scenes could have done better.
Yeah, like I said, we'll get
I
to
love the.
what.
I do love the fact that that his sword is that that's how Trunks canonically got his sword, though.
Yeah, at the very least, this could be canon considering and where it's placed in terms of the story.
And time
Anyway,
travel is not possible.
mm-hmm.
Aaron Yeager? No.
Gee, I wonder, or Alex, what this could be a reminder of. What could that joke have been?
I'm gonna fucking kill the people behind in Minecraft, the people behind Attack on Titan's anime, because they fucked up what was one of the best abridged series of all time.
Anyway, hey Gizmo, you got your thing muted? Okay. I don't see a problem. I believe this was how I was introduced to Jason Liebrecht.
And Nathan Johnson scored this film, and he actually did a very good job on the ocarina, despite the fact that he had to learn how to play it for this film.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. Now he's a state senator for Texas.
Huh.
Do Re Mi Fa Beat says, I understand its problems, but it holds that place in my heart. Drop the ball!
Oh, God.
They put Bojack Unbound
Okay.
this high. Okay.
You got TeamFourStar. You say you ran out of ideas? These guys are space pirates. Make a lot of pirate jokes. Yo,
Gee, it's Hey, Alex, do you
Almost like-
remember making a script for this?
Yeah. I had a lot of pirate jokes in it. It's
So-
not entirely finished, but you know, I have it.
If you figured out you could have just done a bunch of pirate jokes, I think TeamFourStar could have figured that out too. Oh, we ran out of ideas. Bro, run out of ideas. These are space pirates.
The jokes write themselves.
You could make you could have made a lot of references.
Just be having in them talking in pirate voices.
I
and
mean,
then-
hell, that's
and
what
maybe throw a
Bojack's
bit of
character was.
Hailstorm onto the
That was
fucking
literally
soundtrack.
Bojack's character in the abridgment.
You could have made Doctor Who references, SpongeBob references, Pirates of the Caribbean references, Captain Harlock references.
Okay. You say that. You are by far the worst space pirate I have ever heard of.
Ah, yes, but you have heard of me.
That was a joke I wrote.
They could have done a thing with that too. It's like, but you have heard of me.
And
don't
I
you?
got
No.
so much
Hey,
shit
really?
just for telling Scott, oh, if only you abridged it. And just because he commented that this movie has the best design for future Trunks.
Every time someone said, okay, well, you could have, abridged this, and they just go into the defensive like, oh, fuck you, yeah, how dare you say that? I was like, bruh, if anybody else, if everyone that's not a writer can figure out that you could have just done pirate jokes, then you should have just done fucking pirate jokes.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get to hearing their thoughts. Gizmo, you know what to do. The Galaxy's at the break, the super incredible guy? This is a dumb title. This could be canon, considering where it's placed. I like the dub score for this movie. Oh, poor Yamcha and Tenshinhan.
I mean, nobody was
Here?
going to say anything about it, Scott, until you brought it up.
Yeah.
Overrated.
All right. We're on Resurrection F. So,
Resurrection have to pay respects.
okay.
Could have been great.
Okay.
Could have switched that out for Cell.
Cell's not in the movies. Not until
I don't give a fuck.
Superhero.
I could give a fuck. They have to start giving Cell some credit, man. Oh, I get it. Frieza, he made Goku Super Saiyan. Okay. He made Gohan Super Saiyan 2. Bite me.
Anyway.
Goku
So-
couldn't beat Cell. Give Cell another damn movie already. Bitches.
They gave him another movie, and all he was like,
Yeah, that's all we get. Cell going bet, 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 like a stroke victim.
yeah, and Gohan just kills him with a Makanko Sapo to the head.
Also, the last time we saw him in any TV show was in GT. Think about that. Think about that.
And to think, Damian Clark had vastly improved as Cell over the years. Like, his Cell was good at first, but then it got so much better starting with Kai.
I don't care who fights. Come to my ring. I don't give a fuck if you're the king of games. I don't care if you're going to capture them all.
Anyway, thoughts on this particular movie? Go.
Overrated. Give Cell his fucking spotlight already. 0 out of 1,000,000.
They should have have gone on record to say Broly would be number 1 and Resurrection F would be around 11 to 13. Like I said, it could have been great, but it's a giant missed opportunity.
Yeah, real missed opportunity. Like, they build up Frieza so much, but it just...
We still haven't seen a fucking extended cut of this movie. Hey, they made one, but they've never released it.
Ah, that's lame.
They did it for fucking Battle of Gods.
Yeah. Anyway, Gizmo, you know what to do. Oh, they have to have that watermark to avoid copyright?
Oh, yeah.
Yawn.
Awesome idea. Just
Poorly executed.
Yeah.
Oh, and I love the usage of Maximum the
Goku's
Hormone, I
outfit
believe.
in this movie.
Ooh, that's CG.
I hate what they did to Gohan in this movie.
I actually like the actor illusion of Krillin having the One Piece theme song in the
Climb aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams.
It actually works in both English and Japanese due to both Krillin's voice actors being in One Piece. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God. He keeps going.
The power
Of
scaling
course.
is strange.
Yes, it is.
For a 3.5 or 3 almost 4 minute review.
Oh, this movie.
This one I actually loved. I
Yes.
watched this like a few times back then, and I loved it.
Fusion
Most
Reborn
of it-
is very good. I believe this was the first film that Nathan Johnson did by himself.
I loved this. I actually loved watching this movie on Toonami. It was great. Like,
I love that they actually brought back the original Frieza voice actor for this too.
Linda Young.
Yup. That's the Frieza voice actor. You can't tell me
No.
otherwise.
No,
I've
I
actually
don't like
met Linda Young, and she's actually quite a great person.
My third favorite, Do Re Mi Fa Best says, or Fa Beat says.
For this movie.
Yes.
Anyway, Fusion Reborn. Another thing is like the fight choreography in this movie is spectacular.
Mhm.
Especially with Janemba.
Oh yeah, especially when they get to Super Janemba and it's
yeah.
like it seems like a bit of a back and it seems like Goku and Vegeta were both somewhat evenly matched with him, but he still ends up winning the day with his crazy ass abilities.
You know what though is I think they missed an opportunity for them to make a first two-parter. Like hear me out because they showed that because hell went haywire, so all the dead villains came back to life to mess with both the afterlife and the living world. So it would have been nice to at least see like one movie focusing on the living world and another focusing on the afterlife. Because how fun we've seen Hercule beat the shit out of a zombie. I think it would have been nice to see him actually fight someone on his level for once. It would have been interesting to see. Same thing with when
B is fine, by the way. Hey, it's hard to read off my full name over and over. Or
Same
so
thing
yeah, just
when,
call him B, Alex.
same thing when Frieza came to life, as well as a couple of other villains. Like it would have been nice to see like they really did miss an opportunity for Frieza to actually go toe to toe against Gohan. Now that he was like a full grown ass man, but that one shot, as much as I find it funnier, they missed an opportunity for Gohan to actually have a toe to toe, like head to head fight with Frieza as well as other villains.
I mean, they did that with Budokai Tenkaichi 2 when he and Videl were able to take on a lot of the people, including him and Videl working together to beat Frieza and Cell.
Yeah, but that's a video game. You're gonna see that a lot in a lot of Dragon Ball Z video games, especially what if scenarios. I really wish they would have expanded with these kind of fights. Like, oh my god,
Right.
hell went haywire, so now all these bad guys, like, yeah, one shots are funny depending on who the character is. Like, say, when Vegeta just one shot Nappa on GT, that was kind of funny, but I don't know, man. It would have been a lot cooler if, say, Vegeta were to be against, let's say, BoJack.
Yeah.
You know, that he's stronger now, and now that BoJack is on his level, and vice versa.
But the thing is,
it would be
Vegeta is
interesting
actually
to see.
dead by this point in the story.
Sure, but you know what I'm saying, right? A lot of these
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I
a lot of these
understand.
villains now are on a lot of these characters' levels. Like BoJack, I'm sure would have been one shot by, say, GT Goku or something like that. But
Yeah.
like during this time, GT wasn't a thing yet, so it would have been
Mhm.
nice to see. I don't know, Krillin actually having a chance against one of Frieza's warriors without dying, or now that Gohan again is a grown ass man, and have an actual even fight with Frieza.
Right.
You
Now,
know, and with Kid Trunks and Goten
they
being in
fight Hitler.
yeah, they fight Hitler, which I actually love, but they missed an opportunity to bring in actual Red Ribbon Army guys.
Yeah.
Like, let's see them actually fight Blue. Let's see them actually fight the other android that looks like Schwarzenegger that fought Kid Goku, and see how they fare. Like, let's see them fight.
Yeah, let's see
like
how
General
they curb
yeah.
stop everybody.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Stuff
Oh,
like
and-
that would have been nice.
And Mercenary Tao is still alive in the
Yeah, I
Dragon
was
Ball
gonna say.
world, so we can't really have him come back with the Hell Army.
Yeah, I was gonna say bring him back too, but yeah, he's still alive technically.
Anyway, Alex, your thoughts on this movie if you've seen it?
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, no. I kind of can't say anything new. The movie's pretty fucking good. Score's pretty fucking good. You know, the boys fight Hitler.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's not forget though the Gogeta fusion.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna get to that.
The titular fusion. And
Well,
this is
we could-
a movie where the name, the
And it's
Japanese
unique
name and
how-
the English name are closer together.
And
let's
I think Janemba's weakness is is insulting him. That's
find that refreshing.
hilarious. That was hilarious.
Well, it's not really
Yeah.
Janemba. It's more like his force fields or whatever the hell that's
No,
contained in all that
no.
shit.
Pycon used that and it actually did damage to him.
I've seen it. I know what happened, but it's not Janemba himself that he's damaging. He's like he's doing damage.
No, he
to,
actually
like,
damaged Janemba when he came back down. He's like, "Hey, I'll hold him off for you, guy. As well, you do your fusion technique." He insults him, and then Janemba's like, "Ow, that hurts."
really? I don't remember that.
Yeah, that actually happened. He was like, "Disgusting freak," and then he got damaged. He's like, "Ah, that actually hurt."
Oh,
Anyway.
no.
Anyway, let's get to their opinion. And Gizmo, oh, you know what to do. Goten and Trunks were the only ones doing it. The Soul Scrubber.
And Hitler wants to recruit the Super Saiyans.
Yep. Nope. Ow.
It's funny how movies can drag themselves out to the climax and then the climax is still too short.
Somehow.
I mean, that happens quite often, unfortunately.
Oh, he ends up predicting the future. Okay, Dead Zone.
Dead Zone. Why is Dead Zone this high? I would not have put Dead Zone this high.
I love the fight choreography in this movie.
Dead Zone is neat, but Dead Zone's also fucking stupid.
Gizmo. Gizmo. Speak to us.
I like the fights. It's a giant walking plot hole, which is critical to watch
Yeah.
if you watch
Anyway.
the anime.
It's okay.
I just really like the fight scene in how it feels more like a OG Dragon Ball fight as opposed to like a big Z fight.
If anything, the abridged fight was better than the official fight.
Dead Zone is loved by TFS, adored. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how your father receives conjugal visits? Oh my god, it's too bad Dragon Ball will never have that kind of humor.
No. Anyway, let's get to it. Return my Gohan.
Yeah, the animation was so good they wound up using it in the Ocean OP.
Yep.
This is the last time you'll ever see Goku use that power pole.
Yeah.
Actually,
kinda.
World's Strongest, he uses it.
Funny how the only times he uses it post the original Dragon Ball, or in the movies.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh. You don't want to eat those. If you do, you better pack your bags, because you're about to take a trip. Anyway, time for the top 4.
And after this, I am going to have to call it for the night.
Yeah, we'll end it there after this.
History of
Okay.
Trunks, yes, very much so. Yes, this definitely deserves to be here.
All right. Hey, Gizmo, have you seen this? Gizmo,
Yes.
what are your thoughts? The history
That's
of
not
Trump.
a thought. That's a sound.
It's okay.
I honestly really liked it. And it
It's
was a
okay.
neat pretense to what was to come. And plus, as it showcased it gave us enough incentive to why Trunks had to go back in time. And because his world is, well, screwed over. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The history of Trunks, aka Defiance in the Face of Despair, are the remaining Super Warriors, Gohan and Trunks.
Yeah, that actually works.
Yeah, that's an actually accurate title.
And somehow his mom is still able to get a dating website working at that.
Oh my.
It's Bulma.
Yep.
Hell, I wouldn't mind smashing a post-apocalyptic world. It's not like anyone's gonna come looking for us in an abandoned mall.
Doing your mom.
Except for the androids.
What are they gonna do? Watch?
No, they're gonna kill you.
Unless Android 18 gets horny.
Anyway, Alex, your thoughts?
Hey, she can get horny.
You
There's
don't
a
want to
reason
get
why
that
she knows.
lubricant on you.
Hey, if Krillin can smash a machine, I can too.
Oh yeah, I fucking love History of Trunks. The Trunks going Super Saiyan, and the fight with Gohan where he loses his arm, Gohan's final battle, the training. Oh, it's fucking great.
Yes.
A little fun fact about armless Gohan: you will not, as far as I know, ever see that version in any of the games.
Yeah,
except for
sadly.
Sagas and Dragon Ball Z
We
Kakarot.
don't talk about
Stars-
sagas.
Yeah, we don't talk about sagas. No one really counts that for anything. And besides, that's a very, very specific game because that's literally one of the more recent games. So, like for example, if I were to pop in Tenkaichi 3 right
He fights
now,
as though he has one arm in that
he
game.
has both arms. That's the thing. From what I don't know why exactly. I heard some things, but I didn't believe them. But as far as I can remember, they didn't want to seem ableist or some shit, beating
No,
up
I
on a
think it
guy
was
with
just
only
a
one arm.
programming issue.
Yeah, it was a
Was it
program.
though? I mean, like if
it
you
was
can
more-
if you can get a guy to fight everyone one-handed using one sword, I think you can figure out how to get a guy to fight using one arm.
Eh.
Anyway, let's get to their
I'm still
opinion.
irritated by the fact that Trunks and Bardock are left cropped in HD.
Shame Hikari no Willpower is not featured in this movie.
Yeah.
Then again, it debuted in a video game.
Funny thing, 17 never uses that gun unless it's like that one.
And the relationship that Gohan is attempting not to develop between him and Bulma.
Yes. Oh, and also, this is the one time Kylie Bear does not. This is the one time Kylie Bear does not voice adult Gohan. Because Damian Clark voices him in the actual dub. Nice giveaway. Well,
A lonesome final battle, the father of Z Warrior Son Goku challenged Frieza.
I think it's one of the better ones. I think it's one of the better and iconic ones.
Again,
I just don't think it's one of the best ones.
Like, why is the Japanese title an entire paragraph worth of text?
yeah.
That's a lot of manga nowadays.
And the thing is like, this is a very impactful special. Like, even though Bardock deep down probably knows he can't do anything to change his future, he's gonna fucking try.
He has. He tried.
Yeah, I know. It's like, that's kind of the premise of this. It's like, he gains the ability to see the future, and unfortunately, like the Kanasans he and his fellow warriors killed, they can do nothing to prevent it.
He gains the ability to what?
To see the future.
I can see the future.
Wait, hold on. All three of us have to say it at the same time.
3,
1,
2, 1.
I can see the future. I fucking love that. Even Lady loves that character.
I can see the future.
Oh no, they could see me. I have to stop you from destroying my race in the future. He already did that.
Yeah, it's really sad that they don't really use Bardock all that much anymore, except for like promotional material.
Yeah, we really don't
merch.
need Bardock to do much other than, set up
I would have
to
liked
expand on some more.
I would have at least liked to see, Goku fighting him in the afterlife or something. Like, what it could be something as deep as, oh, you look like me. Oh yeah, I have a son that looks just like you, and then they share a moment not knowing that they're related to each other, or it's something along the lines of one of them knows, but the other one doesn't.
Yeah.
No,
something like that.
See, that wouldn't. Yeah, see, it would have to be Bardock who knows, because he had that flash forward. Remember?
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But I feel like they're not gonna do it unless it's gonna be like a homage to, like, I don't know, the Japanese voice act, or like to one of the voice actors or something. Like, oh, we miss you, Bardock, or something like that, which is kind of messed up if you think about it, because it has happened a lot. Like, they don't like it. And what I mean, it's messed up because it happens a lot. I really do mean it's messed up because it happens a lot. They don't do these kind of things until it's like last minute and they just happen to die, or like they retire, or they go missing or something like that. And it's like, holy shit, this is why you should have done this a lot sooner, So
Fun fact,
he's like this year's old.
Fun fact, Gizmo, they were initially going to replace Moscow Nozawa as Goku after OG Dragon Ball, but the voice director got too accustomed to Nozawa's voice as Goku, so he kept her around.
Imagine, we could have had a giant upgrade, and the voice director decided to be a little bitch about it.
For the Japanese voice acting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I know where he's coming from, but
I don't
at
like
the same
Nozawa's
time, it's a little
I get it, but
irritating when she screams.
I get it, but at the same time, you could have easily avoided this.
If anything, it really fit for young Goku, like like Dragon Ball Goku, all the way up to, say, the
23rd
beginning
World Martial Arts Tournament.
Yeah, up to that point.
Right. Anyway,
Like-
we got some Bardock to go through.
Episode of Bardock completely.
Oh,
Oh, this song.
Fucking
That fucking
solid state
song.
scouter, man.
This
There's
is one thing where I
actually
will say
someone
that the,
actually made an English cover of this song,
Oh, nice.
and it's amazing.
Yeah, this is one of the times where I will say that the Japanese score is 110% absolutely better than the English one, in most places anyways, because, well, this song is better than whatever the hell was in the English version. Watch
Yep.
the dub plus the Japanese score for this episode.
it's really weird that they had to give like the scientist role to Bardock though in the dub.
That was in the Ocean version before
Yeah.
they even knew what Bardock was like.
I mean, I kind of feel like Bardock being a giant nerd for the Saiyans would kind of be funny, but the fact that they didn't do anything with it.
Yeah, but look at how they act though. They don't really show any. They don't really show anything that resembles even not
No, yeah, I know.
not
That's what I mean.
peak intelligence, but at least like common intelligence, like common sense intelligence.
Beat Frieza. So the march to the end of the seems
Yep.
right here on
That Fasha though.
Stop talking
Ah,
says, will
she's
this be
dead.
uploaded? I don't set the VODs to go private, so this will just be available.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just live streamed the tape. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it.
Okay, world's strongest.
I
Or
would
the
not have
world's
put-
strongest
I would
guy.
not put this above
Yeah, son.
Bardock and Trunks, personally.
This one has the best abridged script.
Yes.
Yeah, world's
Piccolo
strongest
be
is
like,
great.
Piccolo be like, you want to help me build my ice castle? As he's almost frozen.
For thousands of years I lay dormant.
No, that's Super Android 13. And Yamcha, meanwhile, narrowly avoids getting killed by a robot Cybermen, or rather, Biomen.
God,
And-
the fact that they had to make a robot, practically a robot version of the Cybermen.
Yeah, they were kind of reusing bits from the Saiyan saga and unintentionally giving Toriyama some ideas since this was before the Android saga ever came to fruition. I'm not kidding. Anyway,
No.
honestly, I
No.
liked both versions of this
No.
movie, and it's quite brutal with some of the fight scenes, especially with Goku's fight against the two Bio Warriors. Whereas it's like you would not see violence in cartoons like that in cartoons these days.
Cartoons, right. Anime, you're still seeing it.
No, like violence that's that visceral.
Yeah, it's called anime.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
let's get into it. Oh god, Kaiser splooge is everywhere. Oh god, I can see it. Oh, it's on the screen. Oh god.
Wear a condom, buddy.
Who is voiced by Troy Baker in the dub?
Yeah, I remember that. And I believe Nolan North was in Dead Zone.
No, Troy Baker was in Dead Zone. Nolan
Troy Baker
North had
was
nothing
also
to
in
do with
Dead
that.
Zone.
Yeah,
Nolan North
he
was
voiced
in a Dragon Ball thing. What was he in?
I don't know. Oh, Dr. Wheelo in this movie is voiced by R. Bruce Elliott.
Huh. Apparently
Yeah.
he wasn't in any Dragon Ball stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like Troy Baker is the guy who got one of the guys who got started in Funimation. Nolan North didn't. Fun fact: there's an off-model bit where Krillin is getting out of the way, and for some reason he's wearing his weighted gi underneath his normal one, even though he's not wearing his weighted gi underneath. And now it's time to get to their honorable mentions. So here we go. We're gonna speedrun this. Honorable mentions.
Movies in the public
Yep.
domain, but I got banned from the Dragon Ball from the TFS server for sharing it.
Yep. Fun fact: GT Legacy Heroes Legacy features Chewbacca's English actual voice actor.
Dragon Ball Evolution is public domain, not public domain. Dragon Ball Evolution is a Fox film, and therefore Bulma is now a Disney princess.
Battle of Gods.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. That's true.
Yep. This, until Super Broly, this was definitely my favorite Dragon Ball movie of all time. Because I'll be honest, this was one of the first few that actually contributed to what would ultimately be the much, much bigger Dragon Ball canon. Like, everybody loves this movie so much that they're like, hey, why don't we just make this into a canon story? They're like, okay, then. Plus, Beerus is amazing as a villain. Like, he's just funny.
And then they made the super version of it, and it was way too fucking long.
Yep. Gizmo, your thoughts. Go.
Never watched it.
You never
What the
saw this
fuck?
movie?
Nope.
Give me
Yep,
power, give me
beat
power,
is-
power. How about you give me fuel,
That's
give me
ac-
fire, give me that which I desire.
Actually,
the
he's
animation. The
actually,
animation
he's-
had me a little.
actually he's quoting the lyrics "Is Hero" by Flo.
No, I understand that.
Seriously, that song is amazing. It's a friggin' banger.
The animation turned me off a bit, seeing like
Have you seen
derpy ass
Resurrection F?
Goku. No.
Okay, because I
Yeah.
was gonna say, if you'd seen RF and you hadn't seen BOG, dude,
Okay. Okay. I'll let me rate this then. A 0 out of a million. I
Okay,
Hey,
haven't
Alex.
seen it. I don't know what else I can tell you. I haven't seen it. It's just the animation copy like turned me off. The fact that it's a fucking Dragon Ball property that somehow has bad animation. It just didn't mix. It's just those two things. Does not
The
do
animation
not
is
mix
really good, Gizmo.
The art direction.
Hey,
Derpy Goku.
what
Derpy
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 Goku?
Vegeta.
are you talking Super?
Yeah,
Was
'cause
that
ain't
it?
in this? Super?
Yeah, this.
Super's the one that
yeah,
has
this-
the derp shit in it. This is not the
Oh.
derp shit.
Yeah, this isn't the derp crap. This is actually good animation, Gizmo.
I didn't watch this either.
You got to watch this. It's amazing.
I don't know what to do, but I will.
I will send you
Any-
a link to
Anyway,
a version
Alex-
with the Falconer score.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Alex,
yes.
anyway, Alex, your thoughts.
No, I already
Go.
gave my thoughts. Let's go.
Okay. Honestly, when I went to see this in theaters with my sisters, we were hyped. And we were just like, yes. And then we got to watch it and we are like, yes.
Moments
And
like that, I wish they would keep anime
when-
movies based
and
off
then
of shit like
Goku-
this longer.
and then Goku's just like, I will not let you destroy my world. And that scream was amazing. And he just plows right through the ground as Flo's hero plays, and it's just so much triumphant bits in there. Or even if Goku may not win the fight, he still manages to convince Beerus to not destroy Earth by giving him a good fight.
That was a great ending, by the way.
Yes,
And you know what?
Fantastic.
There is a very distinct comparison between the two versions of how the story are told. And it's in one particular scene.
How dare you? That's my Bulma!
That was much better than the Super version.
Mm-hmm.
And where Vegeta goes ape shit on Beerus just for slapping Bulma. Anyway.
We understand there might be a little bit of blowback for this pick, but we do stand by this choice
Gizmo.
100%.
Some of you might believe that this
Mute.
is because it's one of the newer movies. And
How did Kai's planet come back?
They wished upon a Dragon Ball.
Yeah, that makes sense. I love the joke where Whis and Beerus are talking about, like, where Beerus asks Whis, how long will it take us to get back to Earth? To get to the Kai world? Oh, Whis is like, about 22 minutes. And then Beerus is like, just about the average length of an anime episode.
Yeah.
That was a nice fourth wall joke. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I could agree.
Beerus has a lot of personality.
Yep. Hmm. Peel off gangs. How did you guys get young?
They wished upon a Dragon Ball.
Of course they did.
Why are you guys using Orange Bricks footage?
And that'll be all from us.
Yep. We will
for
see
this week.
y'all tomorrow.
For the Metcast.
Yes.
And next Sunday we'll be covering in DBCember's numbers 3 and 4. Which are
Possibly
top 24,
5 as well, depending on how much time we have.
Which are top 24 or villains, top 24 Dragon Ball video games, and if we have time for number 5, that would be top 12 fights, because they reduce it from 24 to 12.
Okay.
So anyway,